That's a short one. Let me mute this. All right. Hi, I'm Skip Elsheimer. Welcome to the AV Geeks Lunchtime streaming show, where we watch old 16mm films, and that was from the Mogul Brothers collection, Travels Around the World, Mongolia. I think I have another copy of that, which also has Arabia as well. So, here's another one from that collection. This is not what it's titled. Let me change the title. Farmers. How's everybody's Tuesday? Mine is a little harried. All right, here it is. Underground Farmers. Enjoy.
Within the forests of equatorial South America, there exists a unique society that is indeed a wonderment to behold. A society composed of ants that live entirely from their horticultural pursuits. Great underground caverns are excavated by these tiny creatures as preparation for their subterranean farms. While certain workers are busily engaged in conveying earth from within the nest, other workers are dispatched into the jungle to forage for leaves, the material upon which the ants establish their gardens. The leaf-collecting individuals go forth in column formation many yards distant from their nest until a favorable tree is located. On reaching their objective, the leaf cutters ascend the trunk of the tree and disperse themselves to every available. Arriving at their various locations, each ant selects a leaf with care. The smaller ants choose the tender leaves and with instinctive precision start laboriously to dissect a section therefrom, while the larger workers may sever a complete leaf by cutting through its stem. The leaves that are cut are returned to the nest and placed within the huge cavities which have been previously excavated. Here they will undergo a ripening process and will ultimately be used as a planting ground upon which the ants cultivate a certain species of mushroom. This society of ants is remarkable for having developed a complex number of workers, some to dig, others to plant and care for the underground gardens, and these with their especially formed sharp scissor-like mandibles or jaws to serve them in clipping through the tough fibrous leaves. When the leaves are at last severed, the ants start homeward with their cumbersome burden. Every limb of the tree serves as a highway for these tireless workers returning to the ground with their weird-looking umbrellas. So numerous are the number of leaf-cutting ants, and so great their demand for leaves, that large trees are completely defoliated in a single night. Strange indeed is the ant world, where there are no superior bosses who issue orders and direct the other ants. Each individual instinctively knows all the orders of his race and strives to do his utmost for the continuance of his society. Ants never shirk work. On becoming tired, they may rest, but only for a short time, for they know their task and are soon busy again. Reaching the base of the tree, the multitude of burden bearers gather in a column that swiftly moves along the trail to the ant city. Their number is increased by more leaf cutters, who have been collecting blossoms and stems to supply the total necessary food requirements for their growing mushrooms. How beautifully these ants have worked out the serious business of life. How in the world did they ever develop the idea of farming? This, of course, cannot be answered, but is interesting to contemplate. What a weird sight. Highways of Lilliputians burdened with leaves and stems, loads 20 times their weight, winding through the tangled underbrush of the jungle on their homeward march. There is no limit to the quantity of leaves they may collect, for the size of their colony is a function of the mushrooms they are able to produce, and they determine their population accordingly. On approaching the nest, there is great confusion, as each ant rushes into the depths to dispose of its burden in the chambers below. Some 8 feet beneath the surface of the earth is a compartment completely filled with a soft, fluffy mushroom growth. These gardens are sometimes 2 or 3 feet in diameter and are cared for by another group of ants, or cultivators, who never leave the subterranean chambers. The leaves that have been collected are now supporting a luxuriant growth of minute mushrooms, which will serve as food for the growers. The small cultivators are equipped to weed out foreign growths among the plants and to perform all the tasks associated with the raising of a food crop. The labor of the cultivators is guarded over by huge soldiers who do no work, but on whose ability to fight defends the safety of the colony from the attack of marauding ants. This society is composed of many different sized animals. The giant soldier is at least 50 times larger than the tiny cultivators. In addition to the mushroom garden supplying food, they are also used as nurseries for the nurturing of the unborn young. Small nurse ants feed and care for the coming generation. A group of tiny nurses care for a young unborn queen that will someday fly into the world to start another colony. The peaceful society of mushroom growers may be contrasted by still another group of ants, the harvesters, who gain their livelihood by collecting seeds in the forest, which they store in their underground granaries for future use as food. Harvesters are here obtaining their morning nectar by imbibing from a suspended dewdrop. Their seed-collecting grounds are threatened with encroachment by an intruding group of ants, and the harvesters leave their nest to enter into combat with them. But first, apparently gathering for counsel before their nest, they actually seem to lay plans for their maneuvers. Then, after an inaudible consultation, they march off toward their distant objective, which is guarded by a group of sentries who seem to be unaware of the oncoming horde of harvesters now moving through the jungle for the attack. Nearer and nearer the advancing columns approach, when suddenly they are sighted by the sentries, who call out their reserves for battle. The attackers rush upon the enemy's stronghold, mortal combat with one or more of their assailants. Entirely devoid of fear and with the security of their home at stake, they hurl themselves at the harvesters. Their sharp vice-like mandibles take hold of their enemies, while they seek to find a vulnerable spot in which to thrust their stingers and inject the deadly formic acid poison, which leaves the victims to a horrible death. Ant wars are economic. Some species raid for conquest, to destroy their victims, or to steal their eggs and raise the young as slaves to do their work. But this war is to evict an intruder from what one group has claimed as their seed-collecting ground. And of course, only the result will determine who is right, for the mightiest will win. This is a universal law of nature, that the weak shall be destroyed by the strong. The conquerors will thus establish their property rights, but possessing only instinct will be forced to continue war to retain ownership. In this battle, the strength of the harvesters is too great for the weaker nest of defenders. In order to protect their home and young, the defenders must sacrifice themselves. At intervals between combats, the courageous defenders drag huge rocks and cast them over the entrance to their nest, then rush into conflict to fight to the very end. More and more rocks and sand are cast over the openings of their city, thus cutting off their only means of escape. This instinctive self-sacrifice on their part is unparalleled in animal behavior. Although in antland the individual means nothing, it is only the safety and welfare of their society that matters, and all activity is to this end. The war continues for hours. The individual defenders who so bravely sacrifice themselves are finally killed, although their homes are saved through their heroic action.
Finding a Van Buren print that has sound is actually a rarity that I've discovered, at least the ones I've run across. I'm sure that there are plenty of Van Buren films out there. Actually, I think I have a VD film called Venereal Disease for Women that was Van Buren. I'll have to look that up. All right, so let's Learn about the Melon Boy of Tel Aviv. Enjoy.
Abatiak adomatog barilaguf imulotov maklifim abatiak.
What happened? Yeah, I missed what the end was. What happened, but yeah, pretty great. Yeah, that's part of the. Even though I think that's a Centron film, it's part of this Cornet collection that we've been scanning, and so there was that period of time that Centron was owned by Cornet, and so we have a bunch of stuff from that time. And some of these are in pretty good shape, or at least they haven't been run through projectors. The color's faded, but we can usually get those back. All right, so there's also a time that Cornet owned MTI. MTI, I believe, stood for Motorola Teleprograms Incorporated. And Motorola, of course, the police radio people, had created a series of training films for police officers and people that used their radios. And then that kind of spun off into its own separate thing. And so this is something that, and this is loosely law enforcement related, but this one is you can say no to a drink or a drug. And this is super 80s. Hopefully there's not any music in here that I'm going to have to deal with, but there might be a celebrity or two that pops up. So let me check real quick. I want to make sure that I haven't shown this. You can change the world. Catch him if you can. I'm just checking because this is a longer film. Nope, haven't seen it. Okay, so here it is. You can say no to a drink or a drug. Enjoy.
No matter who you are or where you live, chances are that alcohol and drugs are easy enough to get, if you want them. Maybe you can sneak a bottle from your parents' liquor cabinet, or some beer at a friend's house. Your older brother or sister might even offer to let you try some pot. Your best friend could try to convince you to use crack or take a pill that he or she says will make you feel great.
Hi, I'm Keith Hernandez. What you're about to see are some common ways drugs and alcohol come into our lives and how easy it can be to start using them. You know, I have my own problems with drugs. It could have cost me my career as a baseball player as well as my life. Anyone who's ever had an alcohol problem or a drug problem knows how hard it is to quit. That's why it's so important not to start in the first place. You are going to learn that when friends, your brother, your sister, or some older kids say, go ahead and try it, you can say no. No one can make you drink alcohol. No one can make you smoke a joint or try some other drug. No one can stop you either. The decision's yours. It has to come from you, not from me, not from your parents, not from your teacher or anyone else. I'm only going to give you the facts. You have to make up your own mind. But after you see how easy it is to get involved with alcohol and drugs, after you see how some kids like you handle situations where they had to make a choice, then maybe you'll decide that you can say no to a drink or a drug.
Hi, Harley. This is my friend Joni. Is it okay if she stays today?
Sure. Hi, Joni. Come on in. Make yourself at home. I've got some pizzas in the refrigerator for a snack for you and the kids.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Okay, and I'll be back around 4.
Okay.
Oh, and before I forget, there's the number where I'm going to be in case there's any problems, all right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, bye, kids. See you later.
Where are you going, Mom?
Oh, I'm going to a meeting, honey.
Can I come too?
No, you stay with Olivia.
Bye, Mom.
Bye-bye.
Oh, this is a pretty picture. Okay, kids. You play a game, watch TV. We're going to be in the kitchen.
Should they be left alone like that?
They're always left alone. Mrs. Hartley doesn't mind.
Yeah, but they seem so young.
You worry too much. You take everything too seriously. You need to loosen up. And I have just the thing. A magical secret formula guaranteed to make you feel good.
What's that? A beer?
Yeah, you need a drink. Maybe then you won't be so uptight.
Be serious, Olivia. I don't need a drink.
Drinking's great. It makes you feel good. Besides, they won't miss it. You saw all that beer.
You're crazy.
Don't be such a baby.
Nah.
Here, have some. What are you afraid of?
No thanks. I don't feel right about it. And if my mom found out, she'd have a fit.
Oh, and mine wouldn't. She should only know.
She'd know what?
Olivia!
Forget it.
Amanda fell down and she won't get up.
Oh, you'll be okay. It's just a small scrape. Here. Come on, let's go in the kitchen and clean you up. Put a Band-Aid on it, okay? Okay, come on. Sit down right here. How is she? Oh, she'll be okay. Can you give me the Band-Aids?
Joni didn't have the following information, but she said no anyway, even at the risk of losing her best friend. That takes a lot of courage. Here's what you should know when it's your turn to decide.
Alcohol, like cocaine, heroin, or angel dust, is a very powerful drug. Beer and wine are just as addictive as scotch, gin, or vodka. Research shows that within 1 to 3 years, a young drinker can become an alcoholic. An important growth and development gland, the hypothalamus, at the base of the brain, is also a signal center. It receives messages and sends them to different parts of the body. This gland is most unbalanced during preteen and teen years. Attacking it over and over with drugs or alcohol can physically hook the young user or drinker. Continual drinking can cause severe stomach pain, ulcers, brain and liver damage, and lung or throat cancer. These are only some of the health problems related to heavy drinking. A large amount of alcohol consumed very fast can kill a person. Alcohol slows down the body's systems. A large dose may short-circuit brain signals to the heart and lungs, stopping heartbeat and breathing. Kids who steal alcohol get caught. Sooner or later, someone will discover that the contents in a bottle have disappeared or beer cans are missing. Young problem drinkers want company, especially when they understand that what they're doing is illegal.
And I have just the thing.
In their minds,
A magical
drinking becomes
secret formula
acceptable or
guaranteed to
okay
feel good.
if everyone
What's
is doing
that?
it.
A beer?
Sure, maybe then you won't be so uptight.
Don't let someone else decide what you should do. Olivia tried to decide for Joni. She tried to convince Joni that she needed to drink to grow up.
You're such a child. Just take a sip. It's not gonna hurt you.
But Joni said no. This was a smart move. Learning to drink is not being an adult. Joni taking care of Amanda when she was hurt is an example of what it really means to be an adult.
I'm gonna clean it all up, okay?
Many of you have parents who have set rules for you. Places you can go, friends you can see or cannot see, and times you must get home by. You might have promised your parents that you will not drink or try drugs, but that doesn't mean there won't be a situation when, like Joni, you will have to make a difficult decision.
I don't think he's in there.
I bet he is. He never comes out of this room on Saturdays until dark. He sleeps all day long. He's a marathon sleeper.
Is your brother a vampire or something?
I don't know, but he sure acts weird.
Doesn't your mom get mad? If I'm in my room for more than 10 minutes, my mom bangs on the door and says, "Honey, what are you doing? Come out of there. Keep me company." Stuff like that.
Mom did that to Kevin for a while. Then she stopped after he started yelling and telling her to leave him alone. What really makes me mad is that he's really mean to me and treats me like a baby or pretends like I don't even exist. Just because he's a senior and he's going to college, I'm not allowed to set foot in his room. No one is, not my mom or my dad. They do whatever he says just because they're afraid he's going to move out. He doesn't even play basketball with me anymore. Like I said, he's too weird.
My sister's the same way. She has a nervous fit if I go into her room when she's not home. But she still talks to me, sticks up for me, too. I don't think Kevin's in there. It's too quiet. Let's look and see.
No, don't!
Don't worry. He's not there. Let's go in for just a second.
He'll kill me if he finds out I've been in here.
How's he gonna find out? Don't worry about it. He won't know.
Okay, but you gotta promise not to tell anybody we've been in here.
This place is a mess.
Makes my room look like a hospital. Wait till I tell Mom.
You can tell her, remember? We're not supposed to be in here.
I forgot. Hey, maybe we better go.
Hold on, I just want to look at his tapes. Hey, what's this?
What do you think you're doing? What do you think you're doing? I told you never to come in here. Ever!
Hey, cut it out, Kev. Let's be adults about this situation. Now, do either of you have a clue as to what this is?
Sure, it's pot. And Mom's gonna kill you when she finds out.
Hey, way to go, Sherlock.
She won't find out.
Hey, cut it out, Kev. Huh? Now, John, this stuff is for older guys like us. But since you're so smart, we're gonna let you and your little friend here try some.
You are?
Sure we are. Right, Kev?
I don't know, Rick.
Hey, come on. Take out a little insurance, huh?
Yeah. Why not?
But you can't tell your parents.
Go ahead. Do it!
No!
You do it.
No way. Come on, John, let's get out of here.
Hey, not so fast, kids. One word about this to anyone. You know, Brett. You understand? Think they'll tell?
Not John. He knows I'm in enough trouble as it is.
Do you think I should tell my parents?
I don't know.
Were you gonna try it?
No. My sister says the stuff screws up your head. Besides, I hate smoke.
Yeah, I know. I hate it too.
John and his best friend Billy didn't let Rick and Kevin make them smoke pot. It was a tough decision, but John still has a big decision ahead of him. Should he tell his parents? Well, that's up to him. But here are some facts that you should know if you ever find yourself in John's position.
There are some 450 known chemicals in marijuana. When smoked, these chemicals increase to 2,000 or more. The chemicals from one joint stay in the body for 1 month. The chemical known as THC is the one that produces a high. Highs can vary for each person. Some people say food tastes better or colors seem brighter. Others say they get very nervous and paranoid, thinking everyone is out to get them. Years of research have now conclusively shown that long-term use of marijuana impairs memory, making it harder to learn. Marijuana eventually damages brain tissue. Marijuana also has more cancer-producing elements, tar and carbon monoxide, than cigarettes. Experts say a single joint is equal to a full pack of cigarettes. Very often, older brothers and sisters turn younger kids in their family on to drugs and alcohol. Many of you probably look up to your older brothers and sisters and think if they do something, then it must be okay. Wrong. Brothers, sisters, parents, relatives, and friends who drink alcohol or smoke pot are not making intelligent choices for themselves.
But you can't tell your parents.
Although it's hard to accept, people you love and respect sometimes do dangerous and foolish things. In many cases, drinking alcohol and smoking pot lead to the use of harder drugs. That's why it's wise to tell your parents about a brother or sister who is using either drugs or alcohol. The person may need help and won't get it unless you speak up.
Hey, not so fast, kids. One word about this to anyone. and you'll regret it. You understand?
Don't let older kids intimidate you with force or threats like Kevin and Rick tried to do to Billy and John. It's your decision whether or not to tell, not theirs.
Oh, no.
I'll see you guys later.
I can't believe he asked me again. He just walked up and asked me again. Could you die? He's so cute. Oh, I know. Oh,
See you later. Bye, Cindy. I'll call you about the game on Saturday, okay?
Okay, bye. You're so lucky. Oh, I know. At first, we were so stressed. I thought she was going to pick us up. You know, I can't wait to get to your house so we can talk all night. She'll be here. She's always late. I have so much to tell you. And I want to hear every detail. He's so cute. No one can hear us. There's Ingrid. Come on, kids, get in the car. Oh, no, not again. Look, I'm doing you a favor, so get in the car. She's been drinking. I hate when she does this. Max, get your butt in the car. You too, Cindy, let's go. You go ahead, I'll get another ride. But there's no one here. Don't be silly. Ingrid could drive. She got here, didn't she? Look, I don't think it's a good idea. I'm gonna go in and call my dad. You can wait with me if you want. No, I can't do that. Ingrid will get in too much trouble. Look, it's a short ride to my house. Your stuff is there and you're supposed to sleep over. Come on, Cindy, please. Are you coming or not? I don't have all night. I have a party I have to get back to. All she needs. Come on, Cindy, please get in. No, your sister's drunk. I'm gonna go in and call my dad and have him pick me up, and that's final. Fine, let's go, Ingrid. Look, I had a few drinks. So what? I can still drive perfectly well. I can drive. So come on, Cindy, get in the car. Thanks, but I don't feel so well. I feel sick to my stomach. I think I'm gonna sleep at home tonight. I'm gonna go in and call my dad before Mrs. Kylie locks up. Bye, Maggie. I'll call you later. Go, Ingrid.
Cindy's decision to tell a lie so that she didn't have to get in a car with someone who had been drinking was a good idea. When you face a situation like this, you should have the facts so that you can make the safest choice.
Auto accidents kill 14 teenagers every day. Many of these victims made the mistake of riding in a car with someone who'd been drinking. The number of passengers who die almost equals the number of drivers who lose their lives. People who have trouble talking, whose speech is slurred or jumbled, usually have a blood alcohol level of 0.10%.
Had a few drinks.
In most
So
states,
what?
this
I
means the person can legally be
drive
judged
perfectly
intoxicated.
well. I can drive.
A person with that much alcohol in their blood is 12 times more likely to have an accident. No matter what the driver says, alcohol reduces his or her ability to drive safely.
I need to call my dad to get a ride home.
Oh, okay, Cindy. I'm glad you're not now. It's about to lock up.
A person only thinks his or her reactions and judgments are sharp. The more alcohol, the less skillful the driver will be. It's only a short ride is a poor excuse. Most accidents happen close to home.
Hey, Dad? Yeah. Can you come pick me up? It's cool. I'll explain to you later.
Whether you have to go 1 mile or 10 miles, no one is doing you a favor by offering you a ride after they've been drinking or using drugs.
What Cindy had to do is at least 100 times harder if the driver is an adult, like a friend's father or mother. No matter how old they are, you can still refuse to get in a car if the driver has been drinking. Just tell the person that you have to call your parents. If you have to, lie. Any lie that keeps you out of a drunk driver's car is a good one. If your parents can't come to pick you up, who can? Memorize or keep a list of important telephone numbers with you. The list might include a neighbor, an aunt, or the nearest taxi cab company. Keeping Ingrid's secret is not helping her or protecting her. Young people who drink must realize the risks they are taking. especially if they are driving a car.
Max, I do not know what your friend's problem is. I'm so sure. I had a few drinks. Big deal. You just better not mention any of this to Mom or Dad.
If you ever have to make a decision like this, remember that you are not only protecting yourself, you may be saving someone else's life.
Step into the bathroom and get me a beating heart. Yes, that one, the blue one. Bring it here. Look at it pulse. I should put it in the monster's chest now. Oh, you idiot, that's upside down. Hook those pipes up there and close the chest.
I'm really glad you asked me to the movie.
Yeah, me too.
Hey, what are you doing? That stuff's dangerous.
Oh, it's safe. My brother and I tried it yesterday. Want some? Guarantee you'll love it.
Thanks, but no thanks.
Come on, don't get mad. Hey, how about some pizza after the movie?
I guess. I mean, sure, why not?
I guess. I mean, sure. Come on, it'll be fun. Put a little enthusiasm into it. Let's see. Get a large pizza with extra cheese, pepperoni, garlic, mushrooms, onions, green peppers, olives, anchovies.
Ugh, I hate anchovies.
Step up the main power.
I just wanted to see if you were listening. How does that sound?
Extra cheese sounds good.
Nah, everything on it. You'll love it. And we'll make complete pigs out of ourselves. You'll see.
I'll be back in a minute. Why don't you order while I'm gone?
You're not gonna...
Oh, you must really think I'm stupid.
Hi. Can I take your order? Sure. We'll have a large pizza with everything on it except anchovies.
Can I get you something to drink?
Cream soda.
Some free bread?
Could you come back? Thanks.
Hey, did you hear about Todd rearranging the mice in Adler's lab? Adler was so mad, he looked crazy. His face turned bright red and he could hardly breathe. He was nearly choking. It was so funny. Then Mrs. Somers came in to see what was going on.
Something to drink?
A root beer will be fine, thanks. And then she and Adler started to scream at each other because he had disrupted her class with his screaming. So she begins flapping her arms and screeching like this huge bird, and he stands there with his eyes nearly bulging out of his head like this mad scientist about to destroy the world. What a sight. Guess you had to be there, though. Anyhow, I really hate English. Just wait till you get into the 10th grade. It's the worst. Mrs. Finch, she's so old. And she hits her head on the blackboard because she can't see at all. It's really pathetic.
Aren't you gonna have any pizza?
Yeah, I'm not that hungry. Besides, we can take it home with us. You want to get out of here?
Okay, let me just finish this.
I'll be right back.
Hi. Hi.
Hi, guys.
Where is he?
In the bathroom.
So, how's it going?
Okay.
Just okay? Just okay? This woman is out on a date with one of the world's cutest guys, and she says just okay?
I know, a cuter and older guy.
I hope you girls are talking about pizza.
Hi, Dennis.
Why don't you finish this? We're about ready to roll.
Thanks a lot.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Bye. No, she didn't look very happy.
I know. It's weird. Hey, but we lucked out. They hardly eat a thing.
There you go, ladies.
Well, I guess it's time for me to be going home.
Not yet. Come on.
I don't want to.
Don't worry. You're with me.
No.
I only want you to try it once. Paul's girlfriend does it. So does Mike's.
How do you know?
They told me.
I don't care. I don't want to. I'm going.
Many people, like Megan, are afraid their dates or friends won't like them if they don't do what is wanted or expected of them. We all want to be liked and accepted, but that doesn't mean we always have to do what our friends say we should do. Megan's strength and her ability to say no are in all of us. Here are some important facts to help you decide what to do if something like this happens to you.
Many people think cocaine is a harmless high, but it is actually a very dangerous and addictive drug that can lead to unnecessary accidents, illness, and death. Cocaine releases a substance in the brain called dopamine. This naturally occurring chemical substance signals pleasure. Cocaine upsets the normal balance of dopamine, causing a rush or a momentary feeling of intense pleasure. Normally, dopamine returns to storage in the brain after use.
Do you want to get out of here?
Okay, let me just finish this.
I'll be right back.
But cocaine causes it to leave the brain entirely. This causes a crash or a feeling of depression. Cocaine is also processed and sold in a far more addictive form, known as crack, base, or rock. Because a higher percentage of the drug enters the brain, addiction is 5 to 10 times more powerful. Some teenagers have reported being hooked after trying crack for the first time. In a 6 to 8 week period, users can become severely dependent. Cocaine and crack addiction cause other symptoms such as anxiety, paranoia, hyperactivity, violent outbursts, weight loss, sleep loss, convulsions, mood swings, and other kinds of abnormal behavior. The addict often continues using cocaine or crack to the financial and physical detriment or destruction of themselves, their families, and their friends, unless help is sought at the onset of addiction.
You've heard important facts about alcohol and other kinds of drugs. You've learned how to deal with some common pressure situations. But if you're still unsure about how you would respond in a similar situation, think about this. How many times have you said no to your sister when she's asked to borrow your favorite sweater, or your brother when he wanted to use your bike? Saying no to these things is almost automatic. You can say no just as quickly and easily when someone offers you a drink or a drug. Make a pact with yourself. Just say no. It can be that simple. The decision is yours. Remember, you don't have to do anything you don't want to do. After all, you are responsible for you.
Ah! 1987. I was in college, so there were a lot of people around me that looked like that, but I did not look like that. I did not have sweaters. I think I had one sweater, but it had a hole in it, and it was not stylish like that, nor was my hair stylish. It was long and punk rocky. Wow. Laura Flynn Boyle, Keith Hernandez, some saxophones, pretty great, and that was MTI, like I said, MTI was at that point, I think, owned by Coronet. And they still might be owned by Coronet. I'm trying to actually talk with the people who own Coronet to figure out what the status of that is, because there's a lot of amazing police training films that were released by MTI in the 70s, and at some point I'd like to do something with them. All right, thank you everybody for tuning in today. I hope you got your 80s Just Say No, just like you say no to your younger brother or sister. You got your Just Say No vibe on. We'll be back tomorrow, Wednesday. We'll watch some more films, because we got a bunch, and more stuff keeps showing up. Like, yeah, I've got this Chicago Film Society collection I've been going through and showing some stuff from that, and we have some more things showing up at some point. So it will be non-stop. We're just gonna keep watching until I am no longer breathing, and then maybe by that time I will have imparted somebody else, passed the baton on to somebody else, or maybe we won't have eyeballs anymore. Maybe everybody will be watching via some sort of Apple device. But I digress. Everybody take care, and we will see you soon.